Hey guys, this is Night of the Batman. I'm Alex.
I am his wife, Amanda.
And after a fun vacation and a much delayed episode, we're here to review. I guess this is episode, what was it, 7? Yeah, and we'll do the other one later. We'll release that later, but we're just going to focus on episode 7, which was like heist-centered.
It was so good.
Yeah. You want to start because you usually handle these?
Okay. So you open up, you see somebody who I assumed was Turner. Propelling? Is that the right word? It's not.
He was using the person was using a wire.
Yeah, to slowly descend, that's the word. To slowly descend down from the ceiling into an art museum. They move a painting, they wait.
They're wearing a full suit, face covered, so we weren't sure who it was.
I apologize for the yawn. I am big tired. So they wait. The guards come. They incapacitate the guards. They steal the painting, and boom. And then you realize that that's not the Gotham Knights, because they're trying to figure out who it is. And they're like, why are they stealing a painting? And Harper's all, we're not going to go looking for doodles for rich people. And Cullen's like, but it's art. It's historical artifacts. It matters. And so, like, they're kind of just like, they're like, eh. So, Stephanie does some research and discovers that the paintings all belonged to Alan Wayne. And they're like, well, shit, we gotta go figure out why they're still in these paintings. Right, so while that's going on, you find out that there is a lady who's been assigned to the case because...
Officer Green.
How did you remember that?
Because they said it a few times.
If it's a one-off character, I'm probably not going to remember their names.
Anyway.
Yeah, so she's assigned to the case because she's put away, like, Magpie and other, like, really good, like, Gotham thieves. So, additionally, they're trying to figure out how the Talon has stayed alive for so long. And Duella's like, I got an idea. So her and Carrie go off and are trying to figure that out on their own. Alright, so Cullen, Harper, Stephanie, and the Bat Brat, I forgot his name, Turner, are trying to figure out what the next painting is going to be stolen and where to go. And while they're doing that, we see that Duella has stolen the driver's ed car and met...
There was, before you keep going, there was actually a funny line that I kind of enjoyed where she was like, it took me a minute to figure out which side of it to hotwire, because I thought that was just a clever line, and
Turns out it's the one you would expect.
Yeah.
Also, I skipped over Harper going to visit Dylan McKillen to try to get information and coming up empty-handed.
He just, he's not a great person, but you can tell that he actually cares about her.
He's like, I'm going to therapy. I'm just trying to punish you for not reciprocating my feelings. I'm like, oh, poor dude.
They could tell, I could tell they like that actor. Same thing with the old lady that showed up. And yeah, so the old lady that we haven't got to yet, but that shows up.
Yeah. So the Talon's daughter, Eunice, was stuffed in the trunk of the driver's ed car because Duella kidnapped her. Wild. So Duella kidnapped her, stuffed her in the driver's ed car, met Carrie, and Carrie's like, you kidnapped her! And she's like, well, if somebody knows how the Talon stayed along so alive, it's gonna be her. So, they're trying to get her to tell them about it, and Duella's like, alright, we're gonna torture her. And Carrie's like, no! And then Duella, like, restricts her oxygen, tortures her.
That was really cool, actually. I thought that they were going to break the valve. Carrie needs to wisen up. I could see if she wasn't there whenever Homegirl lost her mind and was acting crazy, to them, but I'm like, come on, like you saw like this whole like fake nice old lady thing, like you've seen her other side, like this shouldn't have been like, oh, like let's let's be nice to her or something. Like, come on, Carrie, Batman treated you like basically trained you better than that.
You have to know how to handle a situation, and if you want something from somebody, you have to be nice to them. She's not going to tell them what's what.
Well, she did anyway.
She did. She explained anyway. Carrie stops Luella from depriving the poor old lady of oxygen. Goes and gets the music box and is like, "Hey, I've got something that's yours. Let's listen to it. You can tell me about your dad." So she talks about being a child, going to the Court of Owl parties. And then, you can also notice, if you watch Luella during that scene, how jealous she seems, because while Eunice's father is obviously like a bad person, a bad guy who enjoys killing people, just like the Joker, he was a good father. He loved his daughter. He provided her a good life, something Luella's father did not do.
Yeah, it's the Joker. It's like, come on, seriously? It's the Joker.
But,
wow.
So... Eunice is telling them that her father, when he was condemned by Gotham, that the Court of Owls had came and given him this sort of like special elixir that would make him immortal, basically, and that they used the last of it on him and have been looking for more ever since. So go back to the other gang. They are, they figure out which painting is going to be stolen next, so they go to kind of like stop the thief and figure out why they're stealing Alan Wayne's paintings, because they assume it's the Court of Owls, and they're like, well, why does the Court of Owls want these paintings? So, plot twist, it's Detective Green. She ends up getting shot in the leg, and Harper gets shot in the arm. And they're like, oh crap, so we're going to have to steal this painting because they're holding Detective Green's family hostage. So they, so Cullen and, Turner steal the painting, and, we go back to, Duella and Carrie, and Carrie goes to get old lady a glass of water, and the music box stops. The old lady convinces Duella to, start it back up again, stabs her in the hand, tries to, choke her out. And she's like...
Surprising no one.
Yeah. She's like, they told me about a girl with pretty baby blues who my father didn't get to finish off. Looks like I get to finish the job. Crazy old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Carrie saves the day. Gets, Eunice off of Duella is like, what the fuck? We go back, we figure out, oh, I forgot about the Harvey Dent plot line in this one.
Yeah, it's just kind of...
Okay, so, Oh, God, what's his name?
Who, Harvey?
No.
Lincoln March. I have to remind you every...
I'm sorry, he has the dumbest name. The writers for Batman...
It's a very comic booky name.
The writers for Batman pick the dumbest names for these people.
It's not...
they're so forgettable. There's nothing significant to make them stand out.
It's not a real name. In the comics, at least, it's an alias. That's not his actual name.
Okay, so Lincoln... I'm gonna call him Mr. Abe. I probably shouldn't do that because y'all won't find it funny. Anyway, so Lincoln's been in a coma since he was stabbed.
You're cute.
And went into surgery. Harvey's been comforting, in parentheses, or quotations, his wife. Okay, so not really, they hadn't slept together until the episode, but he is, genuinely, checking, making sure she's fine. Hey, you good? She's like, I was so worried about you. I thought something had happened to you. I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you.
She's kind of one-dimensional.
Forget my husband.
Do you think so, too? I was talking about this before. She's kind of a one-dimensional character.
I think, her motives are super clear. I don't think she's one-dimensional. I think that she is she's a dutiful wife in a loveless marriage. So
I meant one note, like maybe not one dimensional, but very one note.
I think she is like plenty of like actual human beings I've met. Like, you know?
I guess. My point was that she's kind of one note, but I mean, you know.
Like, explain what you mean. Further elaborate.
Well, like just like how she's written, like it's just constantly like we don't know like what kind of thing she likes to do. Like she's very like or anything outside of like I'm into Harvey. Yeah, I'm into Harvey Dent, and
I'm a good mother. I'm nice. I'm easy to get along with.
And I'm not crazy about my husband, or wouldn't be that upset if he died.
She's a side character. We don't have to know that much about her.
Do you get what I mean, though?
I mean, I guess, but we don't know that much about Lincoln. We don't know that much about Stephanie's boyfriend.
Well,
and
they
the
haven't.
only one you're complaining about is the
No,
woman.
because they barely showed up in this show.
They've been in more scenes than she has.
She's been more of a focus, though.
Not really. She's a plot device for Harvey. That is her whole function. She's a plot device.
My point is there's not a lot to her, so it's leaving me to believe that, like, she's secretly evil or something, because there's just not... It's not much there, and so, like, to make it more... Okay, can I make my point, please?
Yeah.
To make it more interesting, I think they'll probably make it to where she's somehow involved, because a lot of it just seems very convenient.
The marches are in the pocket of the Court of Owls, or they're part of the Court of Owls.
Yeah, like
that's obvious.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And like I said, she's a plot device. Like the marches, like the family, at least.
I'm just saying,
the husband and wife are just plot devices for Harvey.
And my point, like, I don't have a problem with the woman character. It's actually the opposite. I was trying to make a point that, like, maybe the women, or at least her, could be written a little bit more and less like a trope, I guess. I don't know. That's just me.
I also think that this is meant to be like a show that is focused on the teenagers.
Well,
So, like, the parents... Well, no, let me explain my point. When you have a show that's focused on teenagers, or that's, like, a kid's show that's focused on children, parents are, like, one-dimensional, one-note. Like, they're not important because they're not important players. They're not, like, driving the plot along. So they don't have to be. And it's not, like, robbing...
Well, I'm saying... To get me to buy into this whole thing and like the direction they're going in, which is probably going to be Harvey's fall from grace, like I need to see more than just like she's just this attractive girl that he should stay away from that's already in like a loveless marriage and everything. There's not really...
They have
in order to... Yeah, I know that. But in order to convincingly be like it written in a way for me to buy that his fall from grace at least partially comes from this, like they need to put more into it.
Do you want to know what sold me on it?
What?
Have you met my wife? Harvey and her eye contact. This please pretend like we don't know each other. Pretends like they don't know each other thing. So obviously,
but do you get what I mean?
You want more backstory. You want to understand her.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No. My thing is just to... And I'll quit harping on this so that we can finish the description thing, but just for my own like satisfaction of like, you know, seeing his descent, like there needs to just be more to her. I don't know, because that's like going to be probably a big thing that pushes him. It already has started doing that.
I think it's going to be the Court of Owls is what it is. I think they're going to try to make him go crazy.
You think they're going to kill her or something, and that's going to set him off?
I think that I think they're trying to like... So, we know from earlier in the series that his father had a personality issue, or at least a drinking issue. We know that Harvey loses time. We know that a lot of the times when he loses time, he goes to her. I think that some of his lost time is like poisoning or something from the Court of Owls, because they had done a lot of research beforehand about like the victims, remember? And they all had like trace substances, but they couldn't figure out what it was because it had already broken down. I think that Harvey is like slowly being poisoned and it's messing with his mind, and that's what's going to cause him to like his mind to fracture, and he's going to become Two-Face because he's being poisoned. And I think that she is part of the poisoning. I don't think that her dying or him loving her is going to have anything to do with it. I think she is like working for the Court of Owls, And I don't think that you need to know her as a person, because I don't think that it's important for the plot, for the part of the plot that she's serving.
I don't agree, but anyway, let's keep moving because we have the rest of the plot to describe.
Anyway, yeah, so we're near the end anyway.
Yeah.
So they, it's like both the little groups meet up. They have the painting. They meet the Court of Owls. They're like, hey, we're friends with Detective Green. They're like, we don't care who you are.
I actually like that line.
As long as you have the painting.
Yeah.
And they give them the paintings, and they train the guns on, I forgot his name, on Turner.
Yeah.
And they're like, kill him and the hostage, and Turner's like, you don't want to do that, we have a hostage of our own. And Duella comes out holding Eunice at like knife point. I'm like, heck yeah, hold that old lady hostage. And they're like, you really want us to kill Eunice? You think the Talon will be so happy to take people's heads off for you when we kill his daughter? And they're like,
yeah, the thing that he was good at.
Yeah, they're like, ah, shit. So, they trade the girl's family for Eunice, and they drive off. We see Harvey in Mrs. March's bedroom, tangled up in sheets. They get a call. Lincoln wakes up from the hospital, like from his coma.
Predictably.
Harvey goes back to his office, sees having flashbacks about the attack. Then at some point you get Cressida in his office. She's like, I need your help, I need protection, the court's after me. And Harvey's like, what? Before that though, we got a nice little thing of Detective Green thanking the Gotham Knights for getting her family back. Duella and Christy have a nice moment. Harper and
You mean Carrie?
Yes, I called her Christy, didn't I?
Yeah, I was just like, who's Christy?
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Harper and Stephanie have a really nice moment. Oh crap.
What?
I forgot where I was at.
Someone had a nice moment.
The Court of Owls, you see them burning the paintings while Cressida's talking about knowing what the Court of Owls is up to, and then we revealed a map, and you're like, oh, they're going to try to find more of the substance that made the Talon immortal. Or at least that's my prediction. That's what I came to from, like, the whole episode of the episode. Honestly, it's a super good episode. BT dubs. I am tired and did not want to close my eyes and go to sleep while I was watching it, even though I'm tired.
Yeah, like, it held my interest. The scene at the beginning was definitely, I could tell he spent a little bit of money with, like, the croak at the beginning. I know it's Officer Green, but the croak, like, taking down the security guards, I thought that was a really cool scene. I liked the reference that they had to, it's like, this place, because, like, what's her name that's married to Lincoln March was talking about, you think that that's going to cause you problems if they find out that we're together and stuff. And he's like, they elected Cobblepot for mayor. I think we're okay. I'm like, I would love to have seen like their version of Penguin, like at least for a little bit, like as mayor. That would have been cool. But like, it's fine.
The reference of Catwoman was also cool.
Yes.
Talking about how Detective Green was so good. And they're like, yeah, word on the street is she's why Catwoman hung up her claws. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I would have liked to see like, and I know how it works with, like, the WB and all this stuff, but, like, I wouldn't mind, like, maybe seeing, like, and we might still get Selena in the future, who knows, but, like, just have Selena in there, like have
her come in and be, like, a mother figure to Turner, because Turner doesn't have a mom, because his, like, birth parents died, and then his, like, adopted father was murdered by the Talons, and she could be, like, his mom, because her and Bruce were sleeping together.
Yeah. But they also need to, this is an unrelated note, but they also really need to quit showing on the previously on, showing that crappy mask that Batman was wearing when he died. I'm like, guys, this is the number one, like, critique of this show is how that mask looks. How about we show it less? Because the rest of this show is good. It's just that mask that looks pretty bad.
Ooh.
So, like, how about we just not show it? We all know he died.
Can we talk about how good everybody's style was in this episode?
Yeah, everybody had looks this episode. It was pretty good. They were
serving.
But yeah, I guess it is late. Just heads up, guys. I gotta go to bed soon for my job, and that's all I'm gonna say. So I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we're just gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We both definitely recommend it. This was another really good episode.
Hey Ben, you listening? Please just give in. Watch the show. Do it.
Also, keep listening to the podcast if you decide to do that. But yeah, sorry it's late, guys. Like I said before, we had gone. We had plans. We were out of town.
Well, let me tell them where we were.
Yeah, just don't reveal too much because I like to keep this kind of private.
I'm just going to say I was seeing Taylor Mother. I'm not going to swear. I was seeing my mother. I was seeing Taylor Swift perform and sobbing to Marjorie and 15 and just...
Yeah. Anyway, so this has been Night of the Batman. I'm Alex.
I'm his wife, Amanda.
And we will see you guys next time.